Hey yogis, let's run through the Surya Namaskar or sun salutations together. We're going to do 3 sun salutation A and 3 sun salutation B. Having blocks are going to be really helpful. Remembering, bend your knees as much as you need in your forward folds, in your downward facing dog. I am going to lead you through a knees, chest, chin, chaturanga. I'm not going to have lifted knees. If you are confident that you know what you're doing with lifted knees, then please feel free to do so. But please do listen into your body and know that I would say I'm quite strong yogi, and when I do the sun salutations, I often by the end up bringing my knees down because my shoulders start to feel fatigued. So it's that idea of really listening to your body, and practicing the concept of connection that yoga teaches us. So connect in breath, body, and let's go. So place your blocks slightly in front of your feet and shoulder distance apart. They can be on the lowest level, they can be mid-level, they can be on the highest level. You choose what feels right for you. Your toes can be slightly together, your toes can be together, heels slightly apart, or you can bring your feet hip distance. What feels right for you? Let's start feeling energized, feeling active. So lift your toes and spread them one by one onto the mat. Push your feet into the earth, dial them in opposite directions. Bring your hands alongside your body, energize your fingers towards the floor. Now energize your head, the crown of your head towards the ceiling as you gently tuck your chin and feel the energy flowing up through the floor, in through your legs, to your glutes, to your core, all the way up through the crown of your head. Take a big breath in, take a slow breath out. And we're going to keep the breath in and out through the nose as much as you can, trying to flow with your breath as much as you can. Remember, pause as much as you need. Yoga should never be painful. Modify it as much as you need. Are you ready? Next inhale, you're going to lift the arms forwards and up. Shoulders lift towards the ear. Gaze can come up. Exhale, bend the knees as much as you need. Draw a prayer through the center line of your body as you forward fold like you have a heavy backpack on your back. Release the head. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Hands can come to shins or thighs. Exhale, place the blocks to the side. Plant the hands, step back plank pose and drop your knees. Dial the hands out. Feel really connected as you take an inhale. Imagine the inner thighs are hugging towards each other as you bend the elbows, pull back in space with the hands and lower all the way down onto your belly. As you inhale, pull the hands back in space. Keep the shoulders connected, keep the back body working as you lift up cobra. And then exhale, release, gently push yourself back through child's pose to downward facing dog. Hips lift, bend the knees as much as you need. We're going to take around 5 breaths here. Remember, child's pose is always your friend if you need a rest. Now dial the hands in opposite directions. Push your hands firmly into the earth. Draw your front ribs in towards your back body to stop you from dumping into the shoulders. So we feel really strong and connected. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other as you shine the backs of the thighs towards the back of the room. Now exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Inhale, step the right foot to the front of the mat. Step the left foot forward, toes can touch or hips, feet hip distance. Find that halfway lift. Heavy backpack on the back. As you exhale, grab those blocks again, find the forward fold, let the head go, bend the knees as much as you need. Inhale, draw that prayer through your heart, heavy backpack on your back as your fingers lift, trying to touch the ceiling. And then exhale, hands come beside you, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms forwards and up, lift, 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 ground through the feet. Exhale, slowly, mindfully, chin tucks as you float forward, heavy weight on your back as your hands meet the earth. Inhale, find that halfway lift, hands come onto shins or thighs. Exhale, place the blocks to the thighs as you ground the hands and step back plank. Drop the knees, dial the hands out, set the shoulders as you inhale. Again, imagine there's a heavy weight on your back. As you lower with control, elbows facing backwards, shoulders stay lifted all the way down to the earth. Next, inhale, pull the hands back in space. Try to hover them for a moment as you reach your toes away from you. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips back, send the hips up, finding downward facing dog. Again, around 5 breaths here. Breathe in. Soft breath out through the nose. Keep reaching the sit bones up towards the sky. Keep dialing the hands out. Pushing into the floor. Heels drawing down, but be okay if they don't touch the mat. That's okay. If you feel your back round, bend your knees even more. Feel connected in your body. Feel good in your body. Feel strong. Next, exhale, bend your knees even more, gaze forward. Step your left foot to the front of the mat. Step the right foot forward. Find that halfway lift. Imaginary heavy weight on your back. Exhale and fold. Hands come to blocks. Inhale, draw that prayer through your heart as you lift all the way up. Imagine someone's pulling your fingers up. And then exhale, hands come down, Tadasana. Last time, inhale, reach the arms forwards and up, shoulders lift. Exhale, ground through the feet. Lift the sit bones as you slowly hinge from the hips and float down to the earth. Inhale, find that halfway lift, heavy backpack on the back. Exhale, put the blocks away, plant the hands, step back plank pose, drop the knees. Again, imagine a little kid is sitting on your back, feel really connected, inner thighs hugging in. Next exhale, you're going to slowly lower all the way to the floor, shoulders stay lifted. Inhale, pulls you back, cobra, lengthen the spine, lengthen the crown away from the toes. Exhale, hips go back, then hips go up, downward facing dog. Notice where your feet are. Have you got a really wide down dog? Do you need to bring it in? Have you got a really narrow down dog? Do you need to bring it out? Bend your knees, everyone a little bit more. Dial the hands out, lift your sit bones. Draw the front ribs in towards the back body. And breathe. Feel the strength in your down dog. Notice if you start to hang out, can you connect through the body? 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees. Inhale, right foot steps forward, left foot comes to meet it. Find that halfway lift. Exhale, heavy weight, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up, resist against that backpack, reach through the fingers. And then exhale, hands come down, Tadasana. Take a full breath in. Take a slow breath out. Now find the connection from your feet again. Lift your toes, spread your toes. Lift through the crown of your head. Maybe rock forward, rock back. Find that center point. Find that point where everything feels connected, alert, and turned on. Surya Namaskar B, you ready? Inhale, Uttanasana, chair pose. Sweep the arms up, sit into your imaginary chair. Exhale, slowly, mindfully fold. Grab those blocks from under the hands. Inhale, find that halfway lift, set the shoulder blades on the back ribs, resist against that heavy weight. Exhale, place the blocks to the side. As your hands come down, bend your knees, step back plank. Lower the knees. Again, heavy backpack on your back as you lower. Exhale, plank pose, elbows go back, slowly to the belly. Inhale, draw the shoulders back and down, lift up cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, warrior 1, are you ready? Inhale, right leg lifts, right glute on. Don't open those hips. Exhale, slowly, mindfully step your foot forward. Use your hand if you need to. Ground your back foot, bring it over to the left. And inhale, lift you up, warrior 1. Reach through the fingers. Energize your legs away from each other like you're ripping the mat apart. Now next exhale, we're going to frame the front foot, moving straight back to our vinyasa. Imagine you're moving through treacle or honey. Step into your plank and drop your knees. How controlled can you make these movements? Dial the hands out, heavy backpack on the back as you lower all the way down. Inhale, pulls you back, cobra, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hips back, hips up, downward facing dog. Left leg, inhale, lift it high, get that glute to work. Keep drawing the ribs in, don't collapse in the shoulders. Exhale, draw the knee in towards you. Use your core to help you step the foot forward. Come onto your back foot, move it up to the right. As you inhale, lift up, Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Gaze towards the hands if it's comfortable, or gaze forward if it's not. Rip the mat apart between your feet. Exhale, your hands come down slowly through treacle. Step back, knees lower, heavy weight on the back, lowers you all the way down. Inhale, pull back, cobra, connect through the shoulders. Exhale, toes tuck, hips go back, hips come up, down dog. Now take a child's pose if you need one. Remember that point of pushing yourself enough and not pushing yourself too far. If you're in downward facing dog, dial the hands out, lift the hips, draw the ribs in, shine the backs of the thighs towards the back of the room. Imagine there is a piece of string on your tailbone and it's pulling you up, making you feel slightly weightless. Stay with your breath. If you're in child's pose, you're slowly going to make your way to downward facing dog now. Next exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Left foot steps forward, use your hand if you need to. Step your right foot to meet it. Find that halfway lift. Grab your blocks. Exhale and fold, bend the knees as much as you need. Inhale, root to rise, sweep into your chair. Ground through your feet, push them into the earth, feel strong. Exhale, Tadasana, breathe. Feel that connection through the body. Keep that feeling of connection as we flow through Surya Namaskar B. Again, are you ready? Inhale, reach the arms forwards and up, sit the hips back, connect through the feet, push into the earth. Exhale and fold, hands to the blocks, lift the sit bones. Inhale, hands to thighs, imaginary heavy backpack on back, slightly tuck the chin. Exhale, plate the box to the side, bring your hands down, step back plank. Drop the knees, breathe in, dial the hands, set the shoulders, heavy weight on the back as you exhale and lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, pulls you back, cobra, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, slowly, control. Exhale, bend the knee, mindfully, softly step the foot forward, come onto the back foot, 45 degrees even. Inhale, with control, with grace, lift up, warrior one, pull the feet away from each other, square the hips forward. Next, exhale, ground the hands, frame the front foot, step back plank, lower the knees. Take a breath in, imaginary heavy weight on your back. Keep the shoulders lifted as you lower. Inhale, draws you back, cobra. Squeeze the shoulders together and down. Exhale, toes tuck, hips back, hips lift. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest. How soft can you make the step forward? Ground the back foot. Moving through treacle. How gracefully can you lift up? Warrior one. Square the hips forward, lift through the hands. Feel the connection of the core as you lift through the crown of the head. Exhale, frame the front foot. Softly, mindfully, step back plank. Drop the knees. Dial the hands out as you lower, pull back in space. Exhale, all the way onto your belly. Inhale, pulls you back, cobra. Reach through the toes. Exhale, hips back, hips up. Downward facing dog, 5 breaths. Option for child's pose. We have one more, sun salutation B. You have this, yogis. Now push the ground away even more. Draw the front ribs in. Imagine you have that piece of string attached to your sit bones. It's lifting you up towards the ceiling. Bend your knees as much as you need to get that length through your spine. Stay with your breath. If you're in child's pose, you're going to meet us in downward facing dog. And then you're slowly, mindfully going to step your right foot forward, your left foot forward. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Imaginary backpack on the back. Grab the blocks, ready. And then exhale, bend the knees as much as you need and fold, release. Inhale, Utkatasana. Hug yourself, hug everything towards midline as you reach the fingers up towards the ceiling and sit down a little bit lower. Exhale, Tadasana. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. We have one more. Are you ready? If you want to do this final one fully in child's pose, you absolutely can. Inhale, reach the arms forwards and up, bend the knees, connect to the glutes by pushing the feet through the floor. Exhale, hands to the blocks, release fully, lift the sit bones. Inhale, find that halfway lift, find that imaginary heavy weight on the back, slightly tuck the chin, and then bend the knees locked as you remove the blocks, step back plank, and drop the knees. Dial the hands out, heavy weight on the back. Lower, slowly, mindfully, feel everything connected. Inhale, pull the arms back, cobra, maybe hover the hands, check that back body's working. Tuck the toes, hips go back towards child, hips lift down dog, imaginary piece of string on the tailbone pulling you back. And up, dial the hands out, inhale, right leg lifts, glutes on, exhale, how softly can you step it forward? Use your hand if you need to. Left foot comes down, swim the arms up, feel that strength, that activation through the arms as they meet. Exhale, swim them down, keeping the hips facing the front of the room. Slowly, they touch, they frame the front foot. Step back, knees down. You've got this, lower, slowly, exhale. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Inhale, hands pull back, heart stays open. Exhale, hips back, hips up, down dog. Left leg, final warrior one. Inhale, lifts you up. Exhale, softly steps you forward. Come onto the back foot. Inhale, swim the arms up like someone is resisting them down. Feel that strength. Rip them out apart between your feet. And then exhale, slowly, mindfully, frame that front foot. Virabhadrasana, one, tick, done. Knees come down, exhale, dial the hands out, pull them back in space as you lower. Keep pulling back in space as you lift up for your last cobra. Exhale, release, send the hips back. Option to stay here in child's pose or find one last downward facing dog. Maybe you bring your hands into prayer and you take the prayer behind your head and you take a moment of reflection to tune in. How did that feel in your body? What felt really hard? What felt a little bit easier? Did it feel easy to connect the breath to the posage, or did that feel really hard at this point in time? And a reminder that with regular practice in 1 month, it will feel really different. The parts that feel difficult will be different. Everyone is meeting in down dog. And then you're going to step your left foot forward. You're going to step your right foot forward. You're going to inhale, find that halfway lift. And then you're going to exhale, final time, grab the blocks, release, bend the knees as much as you need. And then inhale, Utkatasana, sweep into your chair. Sit low with your hips, gaze between the fingers. Exhale, Tadasana. Hands come by your side. Close your eyes just for a moment. Ground through your feet, lift through the crown of your head. Feel that energy. Feel the energy from that flow. How do you feel? Blink your eyes open. I hope you really enjoyed that. As I said, if it felt really tricky, repetition. I'm not doing as many next time. Just do one of each. And over time, it's going to get easier. Any questions, as always, hello@hannahbarrettyoga.com. I'll see you on the mat again tomorrow.